KFMA, Oro Valley, Tucson, an Arizona Lotus Corp radio station.
Do you even smart speaker, bro?
Listen on your Amazon Echo device. Alexa, play Rock 102.1 KFMA.
You say it, I'll play it.
You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Tuesday, August 6th. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. We got a good one for you on this Tap Out Tuesday. We'll have Catalina Craft Pizza in studio in the 8 o'clock hour. Do another round of Tap Out. We have tickets to give away for the Black Moods, and this is our last week for the Honda Resort Casino Summer Fun Flyaway trip. This week's trip is a New Year's Eve adventure at Times Square, New York City, for you and 3 of your friends. And if that wasn't a bucket list opportunity for you, you could always skip the vacation, get $3,000 cash, 8:10 this morning. I'll let you know what song you're listening for when it's going to be played. So that's all the housekeeping that we need to do before we get into the show. It's been a fantastic year for Snoop Dogg. Guy is unavoidable and peaking in his career as he's in his 50s now. And everywhere. Now, we know that Snoop Dogg is going to be here in Tucson in December. And we know that Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre are like sponsoring the Arizona Bowl for the next few years for their gin and juice. And you probably see the gin and juice product pretty much everywhere. It's unavoidable, especially here in town. They've been linking up. They've been sponsoring pretty much everything except for us. And I'm like, where's my gin and juice money, Snoop?
The crazy guy in front of Circle K has one.
Yeah, dude. I bumped that song in the 90s. You know, like, I look at some people who have gin and juice sponsorships, and I'm like, do you even know Doggy Style? I don't think you do. Right? Did you even listen to The Dogfather? Most of you didn't. All right? But either way,
Did you even appreciate his Snoop Lion phase?
Yeah, exactly.
I did.
I played Snoop Lion on the radio.
Right.
Exactly. No one was listening, but it doesn't matter. Now, of course, he is all over the Summer Olympics, and NBC thought it'd be a great idea to add a personality to this year's Olympics, and they're doing pretty well. 34.8 million people a day are checking out the Summer Olympics through Peacock and NBC, so that's a huge ratings bonanza. And of course, if you've been watching the Summer Olympics, you've noticed Snoop pretty much doing everything over there, just interacting, sea walking with horses. Like he's there. He's ingrained himself within the culture of the Olympics, but he's not doing this as far as out of charity. He is getting paid handsomely to do so, and it was reported just yesterday that Snoop Dogg is making $500,000 a day plus expenses to be a correspondent for the Summer Olympics. Yes, $500,000 a day.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's a lot of dog dollars right there. And I'm trying to do the math because Summer Olympics is a couple-week affair, right? And so this guy's making out like a bandit. And, of course, obviously this doesn't sit 100% well with people, considering that the actual Olympians who spend their entire life dedicated to working on this craft, like some of them have problems paying their rent when they get back from Paris, and France, because they're amateur athletes, so they don't get paid.
Pawning that medal right off the bat.
Yeah. So, you know what? And I have just some advice for any potential Olympians out there who listening in town. And I know that there are people in the Olympics that are from this region, and we're very proud of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But, kids, listen up. Before you start dedicating your life to a world of amateur athletics, to try to be the best in the world and represent your country, it's important to release a gangster album or two. You got to get those bars right before you get into any kind of Olympic competition, because that's where you'll get paid in the long run. You just got to follow Uncle Snoop's playbook, and you'll be fine. You'll be sitting pretty. But that's only the tip of the iceberg of the Olympic news that we're going to get to, because there's obviously highlights. We're going to let people know about, how we're standing amongst the rest of the world. And there's a new swimmer who may or may not have been banned from Olympic Village, and she's my new favorite person in the world.
Oh, pray tell.
Oh, no, I'm not going to tell you yet. In podcast broadcast, I got a bunch of pictures to show you. And I will just say this. They allegedly, she was sent home because she was a bad influence and a disturbance amongst the entire Olympic Village.
I cannot wait to hear this.
Yes, and when you see the booty shots of this girl, you'll understand. It's a distraction. They said a quote-unquote distraction.
Distraction.
Yeah, so we can't focus on, working on our craft here with that ass walking down the hallway. I'm about to throw a whole lifetime's worth of dedication out the window for a night with her. So they're like, you got to go.
I also wonder, too, those camera crews over there, do they kind of like fight for the position to get like the volleyball girls,
Yeah, I don't know.
Or like the swimmers, like, I got the swimmer again. Come on, that's not fair, Mike.
I mean, each and every summer Olympics, the debate is who's hotter, swim team or the Olympic, or volleyball.
Right.
Volleyball, women are always smoking hot, and men for that matter, and same thing with the swimming. This year, the argument for pole vaulting started to be happening because of the viral video of the French dude whose dong knocked down the bar when he was attempting to do this. Now, that wasn't necessarily the case. Of course, the viral video will show his massive bulge hitting that bar. But if you look closely, his leg actually hits the bar first, and then the bulge, pretty much finishes the
His
job.
third leg afterwards.
Yeah. Now, so there two legs hit the bar, the pole, which disqualified him. And this was part of 3 attempts, and he missed all 3 attempts.
Oh,
so
geez.
honestly, he had an anchor between his legs. There's no way he was going to get over that pole. But that's not, it's not all bad news for this pole jumper. His name is Anthony. Am I righty? Right? Like, hey, I got a huge dong. Am I righty? All right. He was just offered $250,000 to do a 1-hour webcam show where he exposes his world-famous genitalia. So that's more than he was making pole jumping, that's for sure. But yes, so his notoriety globally, because he went viral globally. Now he's got money offers from porn sites all over the world too, being like, okay, we saw what you're packing underneath the spandex, but let's see it without the spandex. And this is where the society that we live in 2024. Are you proud yet?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like he was playing the long game.
Yeah, well, it's also the girthy game. It's the porn site Cam Soda who offered the $250,000 60-minute webcam show. I feel like he should hold out though, and he'll probably get more from somewhere else. So that's just a little bit of the Olympic insanity that we'll touch on today. But we have so much to get to, including Rico's 5-star. So let's get this show moving. Your morning morons coming up after Lit, My Own Worst Enemy, Foo Fighters right after that. So stick around. It's going to be fun. And that's pretty much it. I was going to do my catchphrase.
You get it.
Yeah, you get the deal. Sorry, we have mood lighting that we got to do for the podcast broadcast. All right, welcome to the show, and please welcome Tony from Catalina Craft Pizza. And welcome everyone on the stream. As I see you guys commenting, keep those comments coming. It's good to see you on there, and we'll have a lot of fun on this podcast. I got it all set up. We're going to start off by meeting Single Dave. He's the latest dude who came up with the bright idea that we've had forever, was basically renting a billboard and saying, hey, ladies, I'm single. I'm available. And we actually talked to a guy last year who did the very same thing and went viral for it and was getting attention. And we were able to interview him, and he turned out to be a low-key scumbag. We're like, ugh.
I'm like, are you surprised?
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk?
I don't know. Because honestly, my buddy Cordy and I, and may he rest in peace, we always were kind of joking about this, but we wanted to make this a reality ourselves as far as dating. This is before all the dating apps and stuff. Be like, what we need to do is just get a billboard, put together a billboard, and it's game on. And so, this was something that when I started seeing happen, nationally and go viral, I'm like, yep, see, it wasn't that crazy of a thought, But before we get into that, I do have to show Rico the French guy's dong, and I apologize, okay?
I've been chomping at the bits, Beef.
He claims he has not seen this yet, and I'm surprised. I'm shocked, and I feel like maybe lying a little bit. I mean, you've seen it, Tony, right?
Yeah, by accident, of course. Yeah.
Well, of course, because, honestly, with the amount of media coverage that this thing has gotten, I wouldn't be surprised if you had it on, Peacock at Catalina Craft Pizza, and you look over your shoulder during, rush hour or whatever. Not rush hour, but, and then you just see, a still shot of this guy because, okay, so here's the deal. Here's the video. You see it?
Oh.
What do you mean, oh?
No, because in my head, I thought it was going to be him going down in the pole, kind of like parallel to his pee-pee.
Yes, you're going to
like
see
tipping
that.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, it does
Watch.
happen.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So, boop.
Yeah, it's come. It's
There it is right there.
On that bar. Okay.
What bar did you
I
think?
thought the other
You
one,
thought the
falling
long
bar.
pole?
Yeah.
No, it's horizontal. So on his way down, he got caught by nothing but dong.
that's the perfect pause, by the way.
That
That's
is, thank you.
ridiculous.
It's a good
Yeah,
pause.
I have it
right
timed
now.
out. It's not like I was practicing at home for
I've done
hours.
this many hours.
Yeah. So we actually opened up the show with this thing yesterday because, and it's all relevant to our show open story today of this guy getting offered $250,000 to show it off on webcam for cam soda. And that's just the beginning of the offers that's going to happen. But yeah, like I said,
Competition.
in the punchline was like he lost the Olympics, but he won in life, and I'm sure he's going to get plenty of offers. And the problem is we kind of know who this guy's name is. And I do not know any other name of any other pole vaulter jumper in the Olympics at all. I don't know who got gold. This guy didn't even qualify. This was literally for qualifications, and he was 0 for 3. So he didn't even represent his country when it came to at least participating to try to get a medal. This was all just like, hey, who's good enough to go to the next level? And like, not this guy. But of course, if you had an anchor between your legs like that, you wouldn't be able to clear the pole vault either.
It's not his fault.
Not his fault. It's God's fault.
Yeah.
And this is why 10 is not a pole vaulter either. Shout out to you, 10. See, I just said
For a Mountain
Yeah.
Dew.
every now and then I like to, assume that my homie's got big penises. Makes it feel better. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting here talking with Big Dick Tony over here.
Hey.
Yeah, hey.
The private eye.
Which one?
Yeah. So we're going to introduce you in just a couple minutes to Date Single Dave, or Date Dave Philly is his name. And even with this billboard, I feel like it's his location that's part of the problem. Now, he has had some people, message him, and we're going to get into that. But I think maybe his pictures, his presentation, and a lot of it's super creepy. So even having the money to get a billboard doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to find the one or anyone even close to the one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Almost like a desperate move in a weird way.
oh, it's
You know,
it
you're like,
reeks
come
of
on.
desperation.
Maybe just start with like the Adopt a Highway or something like that. Just a little small blue sign, along.
Yeah, honestly, and in the area that that he put up this billboard, it seems kind of run down too. So it's like, I mean, like, are you trying to get like, I don't know, like a streetwalker as a girlfriend? Because it's cheaper than a billboard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Okay, so, but again, I'm jumping to conclusions. I haven't even showed you the picture. Let me show you the picture. I think at this point, it's only fair. Okay, so this is just one. I'm just going to flash it real quick, and that's what we're going to be talking about Dave here.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh boy is correct. And this is the one thing he did smarter on this one than the previous guy that we talked to last year was that this guy's kind of modern, and he set up an Instagram page, and he's basically like saying, slide to my DMs. The guy that we talked to last year, he was an older guy. I think he was approaching like
Cowboy
60.
hat on the billboard. He's going for that whole middle-aged
Yeah, and
whiskey distiller.
and he gave out his personal phone number, and that's how we were able to get a hold of him.
Right.
Because we called him, and lo and behold, he answered. We didn't even think he was going to
Hello?
answer. And this, yeah.
Hey there.
Kind of threw us back. And again, it was such an awkward kind of initial setup to the conversation because we weren't expecting it. We were expecting to leave a voicemail or something. But the guy was sitting on the couch watching like news in the background, just ready to answer the call and tell us all about it. And then during our conversation, said a couple things that would probably get you canceled today. You're just like, oh. So I couldn't get off the phone fast enough.
I wish
but
we asked him how many radio stations or other media people called him versus actual woman.
multiple. Yeah,
He's like, well, another radio station. Hey.
yeah. It was probably mostly morning radio shows that reach out to him for sure. Yeah.
Oh,
we're gonna talk about that, and Lindsay's laughing at your Adopt the Highway comment.
Oh,
so
good.
let's get
Yeah.
on the air here.
Got that.
Yeah.
It's on Calle Concordia.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. That's new music from Sleep Theory. We're live on the podcast broadcast. There, you can meet Single Dave and see a picture of this billboard of the latest guy who came up with the conclusion that dating apps don't work for him. So what's the next best logical step to try to meet somebody? Well, that is to rent out a billboard advertising that you're available to all the single ladies in the area. That's what Dave did. Dave is a single man in Philadelphia. And what he did was he made up a pretty clever little billboard that features some fun facts about him, including that he could cook well, right? Has normal hobbies. He owns a cat, and that he bought a billboard. So these are some fun facts about Dave. Extra points to Dave for including a photo of his cat on the billboard. So he's sure to attract, some cat ladies in the area. And they say including a photo of your pet in your dating app is supposed to boost your success. So assumingly that would help in having a billboard set up as well.
And he has a thumbs up and looks like the bass player in a grunge band.
He's
He
super
does.
happy. Yeah, absolutely.
Not even a bass player in a grunge band, and that's
there we go.
see that
Dave.
audible reaction to Dave's glamour shots, not a good one.
Yeah, that's,
Behind a bush.
that's the lead one
Blue
on his
glasses.
Bumble, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, hey, why?
Hey, didn't see you there.
And I have a
didn't see-
billboard. Yeah.
I didn't see you catch me spying through your window. Hey, hi there.
The comments on his page are funny as well, and you could follow Dave at date_Dave_Philly. The first comment I see from Gender Funeral is, how much did this cost? I must know. And they got a couple nice comments. Like this one woman said, you're adorable. So Dave, I would run from that woman for sure. But yeah, there's a couple. Here's another creepy. I might have
Dahmer look.
bodies.
Yeah, I tell you what.
in the basement look.
Dead on. Pardon the pun.
Yeah, a little spooky.
But he's good because chicks love serial killers now. He's going full Dahmer.
Yeah. Well, people are asking, what does Dave do? Well, he's a data manager who paid more than $1,000 to rent the large, colorful billboard this month. And if you're asking, has it worked? Well, not so far. Dave says it was actually just supposed to be funny for the most part, unless it worked, right? But it has led to some messages, and he did say he does have a date in the works. And while he's still currently single, he is optimistic, and at least he's getting like thirsty comments on his Instagram page. So he went on to say, if you live in Philadelphia or anywhere in the central Atlantic City region, he casts a wide net. Feel free to send me a message.
Continental U.S.
Yeah. He says, my only request is that you want to reach out. I'd appreciate it if you didn't send me spam, threats, or anything weird. Anything weirder than this profile picture that I have right here on my Instagram page. Yeah, Dave is showing off some of the...
Hey, all right.
What a stud, dude. Wearing a Spinal Tap shirt.
Love it.
Got the hair from the 80s. He lined up his beard nice, though. Showing that he's also like a gamer and loves his cat.
He sure does.
And again, another creepy photo. His photo selection is odd, is it not?
Yes.
I need you guys, if you're watching on the stream, on the podcast broadcast, to rate Dave's profile. If you were going to come across this on a dating app, what would you rate Dave? And give an honest rating here. And is it something you would swipe on, yay or nay? As far as the rest of his message, he went on to say that I have literally no idea if this will be popular at all or totally forgettable in 2 days. So just have fun and feel free to ask me out. Interested single women over the age of 21 are encouraged to send him a message at date_Dave_Philly. So this is an example. Now, if we do a follow-up on Dave here in a couple months saying he's like met the woman of his dreams and he's like now married to like a perfect 10, then we need to invest in billboards ASAP. Even if you have to put one up on Grant and Alvernon, because it looks like location isn't a factor, because the location of this one seems like it's off a freeway over ramp.
Looks like where he keeps the
It's
bodies.
under a bridge for sure.
It definitely seems like there'd be some bodies there, for sure. So there you go. There's Single Dave, your lead story in the podcast broadcast. But we got more. Coming up next, if you're afraid that you might be lonely as you grow up and you're not going to have any, friends as you get older, don't worry. AI is here to assist. And now for only $99, you could have an AI companion. We'll tell you more and show you the promo videos on this mind-boggling product next. Clear. All right. So final thoughts on Dave before we wrap things up. Okay. It puts the lotion on the skin. This isn't Philly for sure. And yes, he definitely has a creepy basement, and he does look like Jeffrey Dahmer. It is difficult when you look like Jeffrey Dahmer to,
He's just leaning into it.
You think he's leaning into it?
Hard. Well, I think half of that profile thing, too, it's kind of like cheeky, like self-effacing, like ironic hipster
Yes.
style. Like he obviously knows what he's doing. He knows he puts a cat on there. He knows he's doing the creepy photo poses.
Right.
So it's like leaning into that. Like, yeah, I know I'm a goofball. Come on, girls.
All right.
So
This
he's
was
just leaning
earlier.
into it. He's not trying to be sincere.
Initially, when Dave, this is thirsty as shit too. DMs are open. Send a message. Date Dave.
No D-pics.
Right?
Please.
Oh, I guarantee you he's getting D-pics. And that would be good, like, as far as an over-under. How many D-pics you think he's received so far?
We'll message him right now. Like, hey, we want to know. We got a bet going on.
Well, get on Instagram. Message him for sure.
No, you do it. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I'm not getting on Dave's radar.
I'll totally do that because I'm not doing anything right now.
I'm not into basements.
Okay. Well, and then see, we have please read a picture of his cat. Cat never is necessarily enticing to women. Studies have shown that dog pics are going to be more attractive to the opposite sex than cat pics. In fact, actually, cat pics might make women swipe right on you or left on you immediately. You and me fucking this whole thing up in like 25 minutes. Also, you're so hot and funny. Ah ha ha. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the idea of him setting up this profile. So the whole Instagram page is basically a dating profile, which is probably not a bad idea in itself. We could have a BSL lost weed pipe date. Okay. So he's a stoner, and where's the lost? There's the weed pipe. Okay. And 3 lighters too.
Oh, Philly.
Mm-hmm. You gotta love it. Amazing times lately. There's Dave laying on the ground. Is this what Dave's doing? Thank you for my many followers, and thank you for all the moms telling me that they're too old for me. I'm going to grow up so faster so I can date you. I'm going to be the father that stepped up. Jesus, Dave.
Wow.
Dave's getting.
now this is
there's a
sorta
lot of
funny.
Dave lore going on now.
Kind of like the yeah.
Yeah. He set it up pretty good. And he's like, I don't know why you put your hairstylist on blast. But like, this is the woman who cut my hair. You're welcome. And I guess there's
More
Grumpy
cats.
Cat. Garfield was in his.
These
apartment.
are all clues for the murder. He's just laying out clues for people.
Yeah, look at that. This could be you.
I like that. That one's good, right? That's
body
a good
chalk
one. Yep.
outline.
Mhm. Yep.
The body chalk outline.
Perfect.
So for those who want to see the billboard, it's at the west end of Gray's Ferry before the bridge to West Philly. All right. And you should be able to see it by the nearby Duncan. Okay. That's fair. So that looks like a decent-ish area then. On the way to Philly. Did you know Dave loves hanging out with his friends? His friend's about to cap him. He's about to kill himself. You see that?
Who could do it first?
The hell?
You kill me or me kill me. Just take care of the cat.
I'm doing it all wrong.
Yeah, apparently.
I am doing it all wrong. I'm sure he's getting tons of dates.
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh yeah.
Y'all suck
needs
the
a
Slayers.
smile?
Hi, Dave. Good luck getting a date. Married woman here. You seem like a fun guy, but this pick is not a good look for you. Keep it lighthearted. I imagine your calendar will pick up soon. Yeah.
Oh god, the Karen comments are probably more gold than anything else.
Right.
What are you doing,
Someone
kid?
commented, I guess you like Nirvana. Ah.
That was good.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Is it though?
Crazy. Crazy. And then that's a somewhat normal pick. Oh, Dave facts. Let's check out some Dave facts here. Dave is 28 years old, lives in West Philly, works 9 to 5 in Center City. Okay. And he's climbing out of a sewer.
Fighting the Ninja Turtles. Mm-hmm. Good for him.
Dave enjoys playing TCGs with a local Philly group. That seems kind of nerdy. Probably another example as to why you're single. But even this chick right here says, is Dave 420 friendly? All right. Mackenzie, she looks kind of cute. Looks like it's a real-ish profile. God damn, this guy's going to get more hotter chicks
Killing
than
it.
any of us, dude. All right, Dave eats all the food and enjoys alcohol. Dave will date you if you have dietary restrictions or do not drink. So basically,
He's announced his desperation. Without a doubt. There's no question.
desperation
Do
level
you talk?
1,000.
Are you a female? Talk to me.
Dave has real friends. All right, there you go. Really white friends, for sure. Let's see. Dave enjoys camping and hiking. Wow. Dave has seen a puppy recently. All right, good for Dave. All right, so that's some Dave facts. That's creepy as well.
I hope at the end of all this, it turns out he's AI generated.
Plot twist. Well, that is a plot twist that will lead into our next segment fantastically. So we're going to get ready for that. But earlier this morning, we did our Morning Moron. And in case you missed it, went a little something like this. Check it out. KFMA, but you know the name of the show. Let's go. On KFMA, it's now 6:16 and time for your Morning Moron. Let's do it. All right, now, we've all worked the service industry, or most of us out there anyways, so we know what it's like to be in the weeds, right?
The trenches.
Yeah, absolutely. And when things are very stressful like that, there's a lot of things that you can do. But I will give you an example of what not to do when you're overwhelmed with a rush at work, especially in the service industry. Do not set the place on fire. Okay, so right off the bat, I think that's a bad idea. There's a lot of other things you could do when you're in the weeds and you're overwhelmed with the amount of customers that are attempting to get service at one time. But it's not going to help anything by setting the place on fire. A man in Georgia found this out the hard way as he just received prison time after his day at work became a real dumpster fire. Literally. 34-year-old man named Joshua McGregor was just sentenced to 5 years in prison after he lost it during his shift at McDonald's last year. Now, he apparently was overwhelmed with how busy they were, so he lit a piece of cardboard on fire and threw it into a dumpster outside. All right? So it was a literal dumpster fire. That dumpster was filled with flammable material.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. So the whole thing started going up in flames. And people on the drive-thru started fleeing, except for one fat guy who really wanted his number 9. He's like, I'll wait.
Flame broiled. I thought that was a Burger King thing, but okay.
Right? The whole restaurant had to be shut down while the fire was brought under control. And Joshua did it intentionally. He even filmed himself lighting the cardboard on fire. Because,
they always do this.
Yes, in the 2020s, the one thing you can rely on is if someone's stupid and they're going to break the law, they'll document it for you because clout. All right? So he had to plead guilty to arson charges. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. And then McDonald's is up and running again for everyone out there that was hangry. It just stood outside, watched the dumpster burn, and as soon as they got the fire under control, they stood right back in line and was like, can I get my 2 for $5 now?
Right.
So, yes, for Joshua here, anyone out in the service industry who can't handle being in the weeds and freaks out to the point where they're going to literally start a dumpster fire, it's going to make you a morning moron each and every time. And that's why today, Joshua received those honors. Yeah, that's amazing, Manny. Philly Dave, drug and all the locals at the neighborhood rave.
Stuck in my head.
Yeah, dude. We got to make a little jingle for that for sure. Dave could have worked for Nickelodeon in the 90s.
Ooh.
Yes. It was an interesting approach. And again, we'll keep you updated on Dave. I will follow that page and see if he'll post any updates of him with a girl way out of his league. But this is a great way to get attention. And either way, it will work. Will it attract the right person? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. You'll get just basically like attention-seeking people chasing after Dave. And so I'm looking forward to Dave's future heartbreak.
Dave's downward spiral.
Yeah.
His dark post with his cat.
I love that as a band name too, dude. Dave's Downward Spiral is amazing. All right, let's get on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the podcast broadcast. We're live on youtube.com/beefvegan. There we met our friend Dave. Now, our friend Dave is a real person in Philadelphia, but not really our friend. In 2024, you could have a friend that's not really a real person. Oh, yes. This is a thing that's happening, and there was a new product just produced, and it's being promoted. It's called Friend, and it blew up on social media this weekend. It's a virtual companion you wear like a necklace, and the pendant has a built-in microphone that listens and responds to whatever you say.
I had a Tamagotchi once.
Yeah, well, you know what? Actually, a lot of people are mocking it for its dystopian and weird, but they do say it's like a Tamagotchi, the virtual pets from the 90s, but it's called a Tamagotchi with a soul.
Ooh.
Yeah, which, again, is still a little creepy, and it gets creepier. Considering it's always listening and tosses out comments when it wants to, they say it can't totally replace real friends yet, because it doesn't talk. It only responds via text. But if you're like the person, say like me, checking the phone, but like, anyone text? No. All right. What about, did anyone text back? I text my, no, didn't text back yet.
I got a happy birthday message from Wells Fargo. Cool, thanks.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of political text messages. I get excited every time I get my phone, blows up. I'm like, oh, good, somebody is reaching out and cares. Oh, no, they're just wondering if I voted for Biden or Trump. Oh, okay. All right. That's what it is. It's both sides texting the hell out of me.
Oh, boy.
So, yes, if you wanted to step up your text game and make it look like you have friends in real life, then this might be the product for you. There's an ad, which I'm going to show on the podcast broadcast and share with you here. It shows a woman eating and watching a show on her phone when a message pops up saying the show is completely underrated, and then asks if the falafel is any good. I know you're curious. You want to see this video?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, so here we go. All right, so here is Friend and their promotional video to try to get you to turn in your real friends for your artificial one.
Gosh, I'm out of breath. We made it. Woo! I don't know how to woo very good.
Oh, got a text message. Well, at least we're outside, Amy said.
All right, let's go.
Let me show you how to game, bro, okay? Oh, come on. Oh, let's go!
Are you serious? Come on, man. I hate this game.
All right, so there's a kid that's playing with a real-life friend, and he's getting his ass kicked by his real-life friend on a video game, and he's wearing this friend pendant. Let's see what...
This lighting and the music, it reminds me of like an A24 movie about to come out.
100%.
I'm like, oh.
It's A24's version of Black Mirror. Yeah. Oh,
Take
text
notes,
message.
baby. Oh, man, you guys suck. Bro, you look like a...
You're getting trashed. It's embarrassing. Jackson, the AI friend, is talking smack. So you have an AI friend to literally talk, because that's the difference between men and women, right? And they have it programmed to know the difference. A woman companion will say something positive, like, at least we're outside. A male AI companion will kick you while you're down.
Yep.
Yeah, and start calling you names. Like, it's embarrassing. You suck. Like, thanks, Jackson. You're a terrible AI friend.
Oh, let's go.
Dude, what? How did you do that?
Look at him smile. This show is completely underrated.
I know, the effects are crazy. It's dank. I could eat one of these every day.
She just said her falafel's dank to her AI friend.
Dude, this is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen.
$99, and this pathetic thing could be yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, and I'm telling you, then you can get text messages. And then right now, it's just text messages. It will evolve quickly, very rapidly. Who needs human beings?
But you're right about the female version, because it's like, hey, that's a lovely falafel you have. Enjoy. The guy would be like, hey, fatty, you sure you need more of that?
Yeah.
Put it down.
Yeah, I like the way you eat that falafel. Looks like a phallus.
Oh, sorry, I got you messy.
Yum. Oh, Emily's a freak, son.
Emily.
Yes, dude. All right, so
kinky.
yeah, she spilled some falafel juice on her pendant, and yeah.
Emily goes, yum.
Yum.
It's really nice up here. How'd you find this place?
This is so crazy.
I don't know.
Okay, so now the setup is a man and woman on a date, right? And so even in this scenario, it's like you don't need an artificial companion. You have a real life companion, but you're going to get distracted by text messages by your necklace as opposed to staying focused on the date. And I don't think that's a good sales point, right? Let's see what the text message says. Like, you should totally bang him.
I've seen his bank account.
I'd like to come up here to be
I just did a background check. Run!
Exactly.
myself. I've never brought anybody else. I mean, besides her.
Oh, yeah.
She goes everywhere with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Red flag.
Guess I must be doing something right then.
I guess so. We'll see.
Let's see what her friend says. the hell is going on?
This is the creepiest. That is Black Mirror.
That is Black Mirror.
Yeah. That's got to be a trailer for a new season or something, dude.
Yeah, dude. And before you think this might be some type of like parody or any of that, no, that's
It's
a
gotta
real.
be. That's
a real promotional video, and it's on its way. You can pre-order them for $99 at friend.com, and they don't ship until early next year, but the current version only works with iPhones. They say they'll expand to Android if there's enough demand. And people are making fun of it, but a recent study at Stanford found virtual friends could be helpful for people who live alone or just don't have a lot of friends and to turn to for advice. So this is the real deal.
The cynical part of me too thinks it's not even AI. It's like they just connect the Bluetooth to like some guy in like India or China, like third world countries, and they just have people working, constantly texting you.
Well, then that's a real person, and you know what? That's a service that I'd say
even
sign me up
somewhat
for.
warmer.
Yeah.
It's a little more hopeful.
It's so insane. This is the world that we live in today. And so, yes, you can get your friend today for only $99. It's cheaper than a lot of friends out there. All right, let's hit the reset on the FM side. But coming up next, there was an Olympic athlete. She got booted out of the Olympic Village for being a distraction. What's her distraction? Being too hot? I don't know. Oh. She is my crush of the week. I'm going to introduce you to her next on the podcast broadcast, so stick around. Yeah.
My other thought too with the cost, is that per year or per, what's the cost again?
I think it's just flat rate.
Flat rate. Because I'm thinking like it'd be genius, because you know how you buy games now and there's microtransactions?
Yeah.
What if the version of your friend was like your scumbag friend who always borrows money? And it's just like, it's tied to your PayPal, so it's like it pops up like, hey man, could I get $5? I need to catch something, or I need to catch a bus or some gas money. And you're like, damn it, friend.
Damn it, friend.
You gotta PayPal him $5. Thanks, man. You're the best.
Yeah, he's
like
he's
microtransactions.
The mooching friend, dude.
The mooching friend,
yes,
yeah. More realistic.
They all evolve that way, for sure. The guy behind it is a 21-year-old. At 17, he won an award for creating the website ncov219.live. Back then, the website was using to track COVID numbers. And someone asked him if wearing it while having sex qualifies as a threesome.
Oh.
Yeah. And there's an answer here that I think I could share with you.
We're more than friends.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so the question, here's the answer, okay? So someone asked, hey, if I wear this while having sex, does that qualify as a threesome? He responded with, maybe. All right.
Nice and neutral.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So this guy, this is the brainiac behind it.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Well, the real Slim Shady. Please stop creating AI friends. They're terrifying me. All right, so yeah, we learned something new today, did we not?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay,
no
so
comment.
But do me a favor. Look in your phone. Tell me the last friend that you had text you.
Literally Google right now. It's like, say that again. Like I commanded it right now. I'm like, okay, that's enough internet for today.
Yeah, not Google, but who's the last friend that text you?
Well,
you can look at your phone.
Kenny.
I think you're just making shit up because you didn't even look at your phone.
No, I'm remembering from memory. It's not that hard.
Okay. My last text was Mari last night telling me she couldn't come in today. But she texted me earlier in the daytime, but then texted me at 10:30 saying thank you. It's Mari's son's first day of school. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry I got it. I'm like, no, you have to do this, Mari. You know, these are monumental things, and I know you're going to cry, and it'll be fun to talk about. But at 10:30, she was texting me, thank you, and it did wake me up. And then she texted me back, hope I didn't wake you, which woke me up again.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Todd. Yeah, that's not a friend, that's work. You're absolutely right. So, no, I have no friends. All right. With that said, earlier this morning, we didn't talk about...
now for $99.
Yeah, for $99. You know, it was James Hetfield's birthday. The way he celebrated it was awesome. And in case you don't believe me, check this out. Rock 102.1 KFMA. I got some music news for you, and this was breaking yesterday, and I was upset that I did not break it, but I do want to share this with you. Wes Scantlin, Puddle of Mudd, is doing Wes Scantlin things again.
Oh, no.
It's always fun to report on Wes and his various meltdowns. Remember, last time we heard of Wes Scantlin in these parts, Puddle of Mudd was scheduled to perform at the Rialto Theater. Then there was a last-minute cancellation, a lie that he had COVID, and then it got messy with his family, and there was a lot of complications. But everything that Wes Scantlin does, is complicated, and there's no one to blame in this situation except for himself. He is his own worst enemies. And I'll give you the prime example because he was arrested yesterday after a traffic stop as it escalated. Now, after allegations that he had a weapon at an airport, which, again, just moronic, and nobody brings weapons to the airport. Everyone knows you leave your weapons at home, right? Well, police were looking for the Puddle of Mudd lead singer on Wednesday in Burbank, and they came across him. They found him, and they pulled him over. That's when things got messy. After pulling over his Hummer H2 over a traffic violation, police asked him to get out of the vehicle. Well, Wes, he doesn't like to take orders from anybody, especially even if you have a badge, right? So he said no, and then escalated from there. The cops ended up pepper spraying him after they broke his car window. He was then arrested on the outstanding warrant and a charge of resisting arrest and is scheduled to appear in court on August 20th. Now, he forgot that he did get pulled over in L.A., and they don't play. So,
nope.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm not going to get out of the car. What are you going to do? Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to break out things. I'm going to do things that are arguably unconstitutional. just the way it is, man. Welcome to Los Angeles.
Yep.
It's just a long list of the steady decline of the Puddle of Mudd singer. It's really, at this point, it just sucks to even report on, but there you go. So don't expect Puddle of Mudd to perform in Tucson anytime soon.
Just FYI.
Yeah. Now, in more positive news, yesterday was James Hetfield's birthday. Yeah. 61 years old. And how do you celebrate when you're the lead singer of Metallica? How do you celebrate your birthday? Well, you do so by sucking on a whole bunch of helium and saying a little thank you to all your fans.
Happy birthday to me. Hi, everybody. I'm 61. Did you know that? That's funny. Enter light off the Neverland. Yeah.
There you go. If you ever wanted to know,
James.
Yes, what Enter Sandman would sound like on helium, there it is, straight from the man himself. And another example that you're never too old to have fun with helium. Right?
I like how that made him cough and not the everyday growly voice.
Oh, no, trust
Helium
me.
got him.
It's the cigars. That was cigar lung right there. There's been plenty of footage backstage of what James likes to do before shows. And he has a tradition. And most artists do, right? You know, because we're all kind of like superstitious people. So what he'll do is he'll smoke on a stogie. He'll sip on some whiskey, probably the whiskey that they sell. And then he'll he has a bucket of dirt. He does. He has a bucket of dirt, and he'll put his boots in it and kick some dirt around. So he likes to have dirty boots before he goes on stage.
Really?
And then he'll hit the stage, and that's part of his routine each and every time. And I don't know if helium's going to be added to that routine, but we'll see. Happy birthday to James, and 61 years old. There's your music news. Let's hit the reset. We got just the headlines and a whole lot more coming up this next hour, so stick around. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, so we're back here live on the podcast broadcast. I'm going to introduce to you the Olympic crush of the year, a woman who's causing controversy because of her being a distraction to Olympic Village, and she was kicked out. And I think she didn't qualify during the butterfly. She's a swimmer, and I think she lost, and then she decided that she was just going to retire. Now, does she need to be an Olympic athlete at this point? She's 20 years old. She has 600 Instagram followers. And any kids these days, they realize once they get over 500,000 Instagram followers, they're pretty much set for the foreseeable future. You make a lot of money with, endorsements and just paid click rate and all that good stuff. Her name is, what's her name? I'll introduce here. Luana Alonso.
Oh.
Yeah, and she says she's a Paraguayan, but she also goes to college here in the United States. I think she was representing the United States. I don't know. I mean, either way, smoke show. You want a quick example? I'll show you a picture. You want to see?
I think I saw it, but I'll see again.
Okay.
Oh, Paraguay.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes me Paris super straight. So before we get into that story and go through a slideshow, which we are,
I've been working on it all night.
Yes, I'm ready for it. I got 2 links all set up. She went to Disneyland in France. Let's see. Here's another picture. I'll show real quick. She's a cutie.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, 20 years old, but it does get a little better than that. She is a swimmer. So you're like, what is the big deal? What makes her so distracting? And I give you an answer right here in the form of a picture.
Perfect.
There we go. Bingo. This is why she's distracting. All right. Lindsay asked me, am I an ass man or am I a boob man or an all-around man? I'm an all-around man, for sure. I appreciate both equally. So, but sometimes, you got to recognize when you see a gluteus maximus where you're like, oh, goddamn. Okay. Is this enough to shut down the entire Olympic Village? Yeah, probably. That quite possibly could be it.
I think Brazilians might have a better one, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Look at you.
It's all right.
Okay,
it's all right.
okay.
It's nothing crazy.
I like it. Downplay it. That's your better chance at being able to get yourself some Luana. Welcome back to the show. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA, where I'm thirsting over pictures of an Olympic athlete who is surrounded by scandal. And she's a 20-year-old swimmer who just recently retired from Olympic competition for the rest of her life. She's done. She has 600,000 followers on Instagram, so she doesn't need to do this anymore. And she was also booted from the Olympic Village because reportedly and allegedly she was too much of a distraction and a bad influence amongst the other athletes within the Olympic Village. Now, a lot of people are speculating it's because she's too hot. Initially, you start seeing reports on this, and you're like, oh my God, she's sleeping with everybody.
Like one of those cop ladies.
Yeah, you jump to conclusions, and we see those all the time, right? Those conclusions being jumped to. Now, she did go on a statement after, on Monday. She said, I wanted to clarify that I was never kicked out or expelled from anywhere, even though numerous reports said so. All right, because she was accused of distracting other competitors by socializing and wearing skimpy clothing, with officials claiming that she created an inappropriate atmosphere with her behavior. Now, of course, the big speculation or the big talking points going into each Olympics is that these athletes are too busy banging, not focusing on the competition in itself. And that STDs explode during that time, and so much so that they give out 300,000 condoms and they create cardboard beds to try to prevent any kind of coitus happening in between competition. But these are all people who are at their peak in their physical life, peak performance, peak appearance. They're all in their 20s and 30s.
It's not too often you have a world buffet.
It is what it is. And that's how they look at it. And honestly, if you were an Olympic athlete, single, and you went to Olympic Village and you look around and everybody is smoking hot with just not an ounce of cellulite on them, with swimmers' butts and volleyball player butts.
You want to come back and see my cardboard?
Yeah.
Huh?
So this is basically the scandal around this is this 20-year-old singer, or swimmer, is too hot. And she basically, the way that she dresses sends an inappropriate, creates an inappropriate atmosphere. So just being that hot walking down the hallway creates an inappropriate atmosphere.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So the statement that she put out said she wanted to clarify that she was never kicked out or expelled from anywhere. Please stop spreading false information. She went on to state that I don't want to make any statement, but I'm not going to let lies affect me either. Also adding alongside a photo of her enjoying a drink as the sun sets. Now, she's only 22, so she's a bad girl. The stunning 20-year-old blonde who failed to qualify for the heats for the 100-meter butterfly had been seen walking around in her own choice of outfits rather than the official uniforms provided by her team chiefs, which is part of the problem. She also been spotted hanging out with other athletes and was said to be distracting her teammates who were still competing in the games. All right. So she also checked into a hotel in the French capital and visited luxury stores and restaurants, posting photos to her 600,000 followers on social media. Now, according to the Paraguayan Olympic Committee officials, they took this decision to ban her from mixing with other team members after hearing that her behavior was becoming a distraction. In their statements announcing her departure, They stated that her presence is creating an inappropriate atmosphere within Team Paraguay. We thank her for proceeding as instructed, as it was of her own free will that she did not spend the night in the athletes' village. In fact, she found a guy that had a penthouse suite in a hotel right down the street.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody in the committee is a little jealous.
Maybe. And so she is a smoke show. And if you don't believe me, the slideshow will continue. YouTube.com/BeefVegan. So there's a scandal around my Olympic crush of the 2024 Summer Olympics. We're going to continue this conversation and wrap things up with the beef tip after these words. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, so let's see some more photos, shall we?
I still think my crush is the South Korean shooter girl, the assassin-looking one.
Yeah, but you like women for different reasons. You like women based off how many men they could kill in under a minute. I like women based off maybe their appearance and how sexy they are.
Abs.
Yeah, I mean, washboard abs not necessarily my go-to.
Olympic tattoo?
Yes, she does. Where the Playboy bunny would normally be if she was a 90s girl. Yes, and that was also something that they kind of scoffed at, was her choice of placement for the Olympic tattoo. But let's be honest, she's a swimmer competing for her country and made it all the way to the Summer Olympics. So to get a tattoo in a place on a swimmer's body, which is fully exposed because they wear swimsuits, doesn't look like that bad of a spot.
Not that bad.
I mean, in fact, actually,
prudish.
if you pay attention to it, and I'm a detective when it comes to being a perv, it's actually on her timeline of her normal bikini that she would wear.
Yeah, so be covered.
Her tan line.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so if she was just on the beach, you wouldn't see that tattoo. But considering that, for the Olympics, they make them like mermaid strippers, and they dress them like that to show off the butt and go real high on the waist. We see what you're doing, Olympics.
Oh, yeah. Your double standards.
Exactly. You're trying to blame her for being a distraction. You're the one who designed the swimsuit that literally exposes the tan line of what she would normally have when she's not being modest on the beach.
It would have been way funnier if she got that as a tramp stamp.
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to see it, though.
I know. Like, yeah, look at my Olympic tattoo. Like a tramp stamp, really? You had to put it there?
Yeah, and this is her at the Olympics,
Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, Disneyland Paris. Here's a couple more pictures. Again, that butt. You're not a fan, huh?
I'm not a fan.
Okay.
I'm just saying I'm not blown away. That's all.
Oh, you're not blown away.
I've seen way too many good butts.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. Here's her. She started at a young age. See, this is her. She bumped into Rafael Nadal, during the games.
That smile.
Yes, he's just like, I got a chance. I'm Rafael. Okay, this is her butt, and then she's swimming, doing a butterfly, about to dive. Again, they're basically making them wear thongs.
Yeah.
So
for aerodynamicy.
Yeah, every swimmer is a distraction essentially. Her just doing 20-year-old things. Yep, very chic. Outside the Eiffel Tower, pointing to that again. That picture that we saw again. Her drinking champagne. She really enjoyed the lax alcohol laws in Europe, and of course her showering outdoors and wearing a normal bikini with her 6-pack abs. Yep. So, I mean, am I wrong to have this Olympic crush? I don't know. Let's see. All my exes were skinny white girls, though.
Guys.
Oh,
wishful thinking.
Thank you. I misread things all the time. Part of the charm, they tell me. All right. Earlier this morning, let's see. We did a round of F My Life. It was pretty hilarious with Tony from Catalina Crab Pizza. In case you missed it, went a little something like this. Check it out.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward. It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupid. It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of Your F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to us at beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, give us a call at 600-KFMA. That's 600-5362. And if we agree your life is effed, we'll hook you up with tickets for the Black Moods August 17th at The Rock. I got Rico, Tony from Catalina Crab Pizza, and myself weighing in on these F My Life situations. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, first email sent to me by Melissa. It seems like she got big boob problems. She said, Beef, one time I was on an airplane riding in first class for the first time in my entire life. The man next to me turned to me just before takeoff, stared at my chest, and said he hoped there would be severe turbulence.
Oh.
Hey-o.
That's super creepy, and only a move that you could do in first class.
Absolutely.
You can't pull that move off in coach.
Oh, hell
You're getting
no.
booted.
You're off the plane.
Yeah. Is that enough my life for Melissa, Tony?
Nah, big baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What do you say there, Rico?
Yeah, big baby. F my life's dramatic. I would just be like, ignore the guy.
All right.
Order an extra hot towel.
I mean, it does. I could see how it would ruin your first class experience. First time, you're like, I'm living the high life. And then you're like, oh, man. And I got this creep now who's going to be like, I can't even take a nap. He's going to be checking me out. I wake up, might be motorboated, you know? So, I mean, I understand all that. So I'm going to lean towards F my life. We'll agree to disagree and move forward.
All right.
And Rico, you know, I get scared if you're going to fly first class that you're going to make aggressive moves there.
I would not say that.
What would your move be?
Not saying anything.
That's
Just
true.
Be a silent rich guy.
I know, that's true.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's a good move.
Yeah,
And
drinking my wine.
Yeah,
Looking
and-
pensively out the window.
Seriously, Melissa, if you sat next to Rico and he was like silently ignoring you, in your head you would think, I hope there's going to be severe turbulence. All right, let's move forward. All right, Megan sent me this one. Said, it's been 3 days since my husband got into free jazz. He plays all the time in our small apartment, loud. It's like listening to 3 guys build a shed for 10 giant angry wasps. Wow. All right, Rico, I'll start with you. Is this enough my life for Megan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that the husband is trying to, you know, learn a music instrument, but free jazz is rough. What do you say, Tony?
Yeah, that's enough of my life, for sure.
Yeah, you can't
That's a lot
escape
of noise.
that.
Nope.
And not only F your life, Megan, F your neighbor's life, because
Right.
you're in a small apartment, so everybody gets a front row seat to that concert. Brutal. Okay. This next one, this guy wanted to be anonymous, and I can kind of understand why. He said, Beef, I had to lie to my coworkers about me and some guy beating the absolute crap out of each other in a bar fight, all to avoid admitting that my black eye was from my 7-year-old son punching me in the face the other day. All right, F my life. Tony, what do you say?
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with my life.
Okay, what do you say, Rico?
Yeah, big baby.
Okay, why?
Just because it doesn't seem that dramatic.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would lie about it. Just like, the kid
kinda funny.
socked me in the eye.
Yeah.
I made him eat his broccoli. It is what it is.
Right.
I'm sure it was an accident. I'm sure you didn't get
Well,
your ass
I
kicked
think-
by your 7-year-old.
See, there you go. Maybe that's the problem. It was literally a fight and squared up, and he whooped him.
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, you're a
just
dad.
saying.
You're a boy dad, right? You have like 2 sons?
Yeah.
And they're big boys, right?
One is huge. One's 6'3", 330.
Exactly.
I ain't squaring up with him. Mm-mm.
Okay, so
Got a good left hook.
I was going to ask you though, as a dad, do you
Yeah.
feel like you could always get the upper hand in any kind of physical altercation? But no, at what
Not him.
age? At what age were you like, okay, you could win this one?
I was probably 15. I think.
15.
Yeah.
Is when he got like over 6 foot.
Like, okay, you're good. Do whatever you want, brother.
All right, we're back. Gonna wrap things up with the beef tip, and as always, like to thank you guys. Don't forget to like, and I know you're subscribed, but you know any kind of comments afterwards helps the SEO and all that good stuff. All right, we're back on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Had fantastic podcast broadcast. You can watch it on demand at youtube.com/beefvegan. We'll continue to give away tickets for Black Moods tomorrow, and you know I think I'm gonna have Veal Vegan be my co-host for the podcast broadcast.
Ooh.
Yes. Now, Veal Vegan has kind of grown up on the radio. And so I look forward to putting her in the hot seat, so to speak.
go.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. And what I won't be talking about is all the women that I lust over in the media, because that will be weird. All right. Now, before we pass things over to Robin Nash, let me give you a beef tip. You heard of the term retail therapy, right?
Oh,
Yeah. Did you know that actually shopping can give you a buzz? But you have to find a good shopping bargain. So shoppers who get a buzz from scoring a good deal say that the post-purchase glow lasts for about 3.5 hours, according to a new survey.
What the hell?
Yes. So it leaves 1 in 10 feeling like they're on cloud 9 for the rest of the day, while 22% feel it for at least 4 hours. So
I guess that's better than being audible about it.
yeah.
A good deal and going, oh.
Yeah, like a shopping buzz is better buzz than, I don't know, meth. So, if you're having a problem with any kind of substance abuse, my advice to you is find a good deal. Go to those pawn shops and thrift shops. See if you can find something that's literally like pay dirt. You'll be on cloud 9 for hours, and that high lasts longer than a lot of edibles out there. So
exactly.
Yeah, there's my beef tip, and I think it's a healthy one. Thank you. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for the show, but I'd like to thank everyone again for riding with us. I'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early. Till then, enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come and
fly candy for you on the road.
Grief.
One last butt pick.
You've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.
There it is. Rico gives it like a 2.